Whew, hunting comics sure is tiring.
It seems you inquire the help of a professional hunter.
What? Who the heck are you?
Don't worry about it, you bum. Now, do you want my help or not?
Yeah, sure, but I mean, he better be the freaking best.
Oh, they will be. He's already upon us.
Wait, what do you mean?
What happened to the lights?
What's that?
Wait!
Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Hayden, aka the Next Gen Collector. In today's video, we are going over a package I just finally got my hands on that I got from Chef Grundy over on Instagram. I'm gonna toss his page up right here. I actually found him from another YouTuber. You guys probably have heard of him, Mike over at Lunch Money Comics. A while ago, got a comic book package from him that he ordered over on Instagram. Been following him ever since. This listing came up, had to snag it immediately. When it usually comes to Instagram posts, when the deal is usually really good, you go down in the comments, see it's probably claimed within the first 5 minutes. And luckily this time, I was that guy. So we're going to go over the package here. It is a major landmark in my 2024 collecting goals. So it's great to get it this early in February. But without further ado, let's just get to cutting this bad boy open. All right, I've just opened the Gemini mailer here. It is, greatly packaged. Sorry, I'm like super nervous. Let's peel back a couple of these. Looks actually he sent a bonus book possibly with this. Well, once I get off this blue tape here, we'll take a look. I want to make sure I get my live reaction on this because my heart is beating insanely quick. All right, here we go. It is, it's upside down. Amazing Spider-Man number 15, the first appearance of Kraven the Hunter, along with the second appearance of the Chameleon, who's right here on the cover, and the first mention of Mary Jane Watson, not name, just kind of referred to. I mean, before we move on to a little bit more in detail of this book right here, he also did throw in the Web of Venom Empire's End #1 with the cool variant Null is Coming. Actually, I had the first appearance of Null, the third printing. It was his first cover appearance a very long time ago. By a very long time ago, I meant like a year ago. It actually sold for a good price whenever I did, sold during the hype. Anyway, but thank you again, Mr. Chef Grundy, for including this book as well. So I guess we'll might as well start going to this book. This is obviously Amazing Spider-Man number 15 from 1964 by the legendary Stan Lee and the amazing Steve Ditko. But a little bit about this issue. The story starts out Spider-Man stopping some bank robbers in broad daylight, some sort of robbery. One of them escapes, ends up being the Chameleon, hence his second appearance. I'll toss out the panel here. And then he's a little fed up with Spider-Man, so he enlists the help of his quote, dear old friend, Kraven the Hunter. Then fast forward into the story, you see Kraven first appear off the boat from Africa, where J. Jonah Jameson and Spider-Man are there to interview him since he's a world-famous hunter. Then you get to see him showcase his strengths immediately, kind of set that presence when the wild animals from Africa escape on the boat. A couple snakes, a couple of gorillas, handles them quite swiftly. And then later, Kraven meets with the Chameleon, goes over, hey, don't take Spider-Man lightly. They have their first encounter. Kraven hits him with the poison. And Spider-Man's all woozy. Then we see those real attributes of Kraven for the first time, He goes back to Chameleon, debriefs. He's really impressed with Spider-Man's strengths. The whole feeling of the hunt really excites him. So those core tendencies about the character that kind of evolved throughout time really started within the first issue, within the first couple of panels he appeared in. While Spider-Man's recovering from the poison, he's actually at home, and you see Aunt May on the phone, toss up the panels here, with, I believe, the aunt of Mary Jane Watson, trying to set them up on a blind date. As you know, their first appearance doesn't come till very later, so Peter kind of shrugged it off. It's like, oh, brother, a blind date, the last thing I need right now. And then you fast forward throughout the story, Spider-Man encounters both of them again, fighting ensues, comic book shenanigans. Then the issue sort of ends with everything being wrapped up tightly. Spider-Man wins again. In terms of the condition of the book, this is definitely a 1.0. I'll show a some close-ups here, but there is tape on the cover in 3 different places where the staples used to be. It is actually packaged very nicely in the clear bag and board. First time ever having one of these clear backer board situations, but as you can see, there's a tear on the back as well through the back cover. But for the price I paid for this, which was a whopping $250 shipped, yes, $250 shipped for a complete ASM number 15, I would say that is a, pardon my French, hell of a deal. So I'm very happy with my purchase here. In terms of upcoming media, the Spider-Man 2 video game on PlayStation 5. If you haven't played it or know the story already, the main villain in the first, first couple acts is Kraven the Hunter. Very menacing. Same core tendencies of the characters very well represented here, and really brought a life back into the character for, he hasn't been represented in media for quite a while, it seems. He obviously does have an upcoming movie by Sony, which their track record, it's been pretty bad. Matter Web, probably worst superhero movie ever. I haven't seen it. I'm just going off the words of millions, it seems. So I'm going to guarantee that Kraven movie is probably going to bomb. But I really don't see copies going under 250 that are complete, if I'm being completely honest. So, maybe if the movie's terrible and then, Kraven drops racial slurs throughout the movie or something and he gets canceled and they never want to use him again, maybe. But I think that price point, great entry level, especially for me. With it being, first of all, complete is huge. But the colors on the characters, Kraven still looks really good. There are some creases across Spider-Man, but overall, there's no kind of insane tears or chunks missing off of the cover that is detrimental to the display of the book. Obviously, it could probably benefit from a press, which I actually need you guys down in the comments. If you know that with books that are this old that have tape on them, I don't know how old the tape is, I'm no tape expert, I'm sure people that press books know. Is it safe to have books pressed that have tape on them? I'm not sure if that's a thing or not. And just books this old in general. Obviously, this is a book that I'd like to get pressed just for preservation and just overall display of the book. I collect ASM Raw, as you can see up here, except for this one, which I just kind of got an insane deal on. But in summary, obviously, I am insanely ecstatic to get this book right here. Part of my collecting goals of 2024 is to get a lot of the Spider-Man Rogues Gallery first appearances. As you can see behind me, I also have some of the, supporting cast, such as Black Cat, but it's going to look really good up here with some of my other books. And happy to get it so early in the year, in February. But I've been talking way too long. Heart is still racing from this amazing book. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe to see more great videos, hopefully like this. And if you don't like them, subscribe anyway. I'm improving every single video. I do switch things up, so if you don't like something in this video, you can always wait to the next one. I might switch it up. I switch up the camera views. I do different editing styles. I just switch it up, all right? Try to keep things fresh. And while you're already on the following spree, might as well go over to Instagram and follow me at The Next Generation Collector. Try to stay active on there. I'll follow you back. Comment on and like in all your posts as well. I try to be as responsive as I can. I try to reply to all comments in this video, the Instagram comments, everything. I try to interact with the community because that is the whole point of this channel, to interact with more great people like yourself. So, once again, talking way too long. This is the outro.